Working from the gun to start. First and 10.
Here we go. Ready.
They'll throw to begin this drive. Got a man. It's Dante Thornton Jr. Now here he goes down the right sideline. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders take the lead on the first play of the drive. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
And he just sends this out and over the end zone. So no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up to the 35 to begin this drive. Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for first and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Harvey. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. Offense in the hurry up here.
A loss of 2 brings up
Knicks off the play action.
at the 33-yard line.
Troutman with the grab. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
Complete to Logan Troutman. It's a gain of a yard, and it's 3rd down.
It's the end of the first in this AFC West showdown. It's a 14-7 game. We'll return to Allegiant Stadium right after this. We're back, and it is Broncos football as we resume. They have it 3rd and 10. Throw here, 3rd down. Connects with him down the sideline. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. Big gain, 14 on the play. And it's going to be first down, Denver.
First down, Denver.
Play action with Mix. A dangerous throw, and he almost got burned by it. The interception dropped and incomplete on first down.
He's counting his lucky stars. That one isn't headed the other way right now. That is not the time to challenge double coverage.
Mix, quick out wide, complete. And they're going to hold him down just shy of the 40. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
So first down from the 41. They fake the handoff. Now Nix. Completed to his running back. And he gets it down to the 35 before stepping out.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook wide open.
Off the play fake. He'll throw. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. Gain 15 there. And that's good for a Broncos first down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
It's Harvey straight ahead. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, it keeps that defense honest.
And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're in first and goal.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
4 downs now to get in. Here's first and goal. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. He goes to the hurry up here. Shotgun snap to Nix. And this one hurts. Had a touchdown in his hands, but he couldn't hold on. Third down coming up. And as that one falls incomplete, Brock, the pressure ticks up just a bit because this has been too good a drive to not pay it off in the end zone.
Yeah, Kate, it's time to find your best matchup. Unless you're already committed to going for it on fourth, you've got one more shot. Players, not plays. Get it to your best player.
Trying to find his tight end. And that brings up fourth and goal. The kick by Lutz is good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
That's the type of long, sustained drives that take some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team is out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Return coming from the 6. Oh, he put him in the spin cycle. Making some progress here. Nice effort here. They're going to tackle him just shy of the 35.
First and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
So they'll head up here first and 10 from the 34.
Go street. Say, hey.
First play is going to be a give to Jenty. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
Got it. Ready?
First play of the drive lost a yard. Need to get it back and some change here. Second down.
19 Lions. 9. Check smash. Check smash. Buffalo 8. 70.
Throwing now out of the shotgun. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be driven out of bounds. The gain gets this down inside the 35. That one nabs him 33 yards and a new set of downs, too. So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. Shotgun give here to Genty. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. In on the tackle is Jonathan Cooper. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
On the pickup. It's second and 8.
Mustang 19. 19 tight.
Takes the second down snap. That one's complete, right side. They drop him with a big hit. At least he's able to hold on for the game. But boy, Brock, what a shot.
Third and 3.
Come on, come on. Warriors, Dragon 60. Cup 19, Cup 19. 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats. Ready?
From the gun on third down. Complete beyond the marker. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
For a Las Vegas first down. First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Go now. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. Second down.
He was covered by Patrick Surtain.
Genty from the gun. And all he can get is a yard here, bro. It's going to be third down. Goes to the hurry-up offense here.
A 2-yard pickup makes it third and 8.
Trap 60. 70 Rangers. 18 Pioneer.
Third and long for him here. Into a ton of traffic, and this one's intercepted. Talanoa Fonga makes the play. Well, how quickly things can change. They were looking so good just a couple of plays ago, and suddenly, not anymore. A red zone look comes up empty with that interception.
I think the pressure got to him there, Kate. And I don't even mean all those pass rushers, although they were certainly coming too. I mean the pressure of being third down in the red zone. That's where you got to slow yourself down as a quarterback and know you've got to simply protect the football.
And finally, they get to him and send him out as this gets all the way into enemy territory. It's a huge pickup on the play. And it's going to be first down, Denver.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Left side now, caught by Sutton. And they're going to get to him after a gain of close to 5 as they send him out. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Defender's there, and he forces the incompletion. Good play to bring about this 3rd down.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
Throwing again. Here's Nix. He's got Sutton complete. And he's going to get this down inside the 30 before he's driven out. They gain 11 on that play. And that's good for a Broncos first down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Running back motions right. On 1st and 10, here's Nix. It's Sutton with back-to-back catches. And he will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with 1st and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. 4 downs to get this across. Here's 1st and goal. Harvey is in. It's a Denver touchdown. The Broncos take the lead just before halftime. Manage that clock beautifully down to the final moments, Brock, and they get the score just before halftime.
That doesn't change the theme of the halftime speech, but I guarantee you it adds some enthusiasm to the tone. That was awesome.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. He fields it from the 8. And he's brought down just inside the 25.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Some of y'all too big for your britches. How's about a high five for the good girls and the good guys? Come on, too bad, gotta deal with the some of y'all too big for your britches.
They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Tackle made by Chris Abrams-Drain. Just before halftime, we get a timeout ticket. One last play before the break.
Ready? Panther 60. Liking 60 Bobcats. 60 Bobcats. Bronco 80. Ready?
They're just going to play it safe, sticking with the ground game, looks like. And he has a decent gain on what's going to be the final play of the half. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this.
Daniel Carlson, the kickoff.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. There's the fake. Here's Nix. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything, and they just did.
2nd down, give to Harvey. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just sometimes you got to run into darkness. Just go where there is no lane and hope that something opens along the way. That linebacker said, not this time.
Finds him over the middle. And he's close, but they say he did not get there. It's going to be 4th and maybe a yard.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Back to throw it. The sideline shot snagged by Sutton. It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the 1st.
As a quarterback, you just know in that situation, when you go for it on 4th down, it may mean sometimes throwing into double coverage. But if you're going to go for it, at least give your guy a shot to make a play. And against really long odds, he came up with a big-time catch.
Throwing the out route complete. And he's going to be persuaded out of bounds right at that 40-yard line. It's a gain of 12 on that one. And it's going to be 1st down Denver.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
Nix with it on 1st. Finds him on the crossing route. And they're going to get just inside that red zone on the big play down to the 19. Well, it's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion, it made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. Nix to throw again. And he set up the screen here. It's Harvey. And they're all over that screen. Brock didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. Looking quickly here.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 21-yard line.
Captain.
Once more, it's Nix. This is Ingram working the left side. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. He picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
Nix, cookout run, complete. And he goes out of bounds. That's going to set up 1st and goal.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Nix off the play action. Oh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
Harvey. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Broncos grow the lead coming out of halftime.
Touchdown, Broncos.
It's what every player who who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Starting from the 5. All right, and in the end, Brock, this is going to make it out to the 30.
Take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
All right, starting in the pistol this time, Brock. First and 10.
Here we go. Set. Cook, Buffalo 18.
Running from the pistol here with Jency. And it looks like they'll give him about 2 on the opening play of this drive. Offense to the line fast.
A gain of 2 brings up second and
Throwing
8.
it on second down. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock. And physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Cup 19. Rig alert. Rig alert. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. Ready.
They'll throw. 3rd and long. On target to Fulton. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Working quickly here.
It's 4th down.
79 Broncos. Ready.
And you're going for this. And that's going to wind up incomplete as their gamble doesn't pay off. They're going to turn this one over on downs.
Intended for Anthony Schwartz.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
This one's going to move him all the way down to the 25-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call, and that's on the first.
Run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know you can set the table for more.
Bringing the offense up to the line. 1st and 10. Play action with Mix. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's got it. It's in close. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for 1st and goal.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
They fake the handoff. Now Nix. He rolls to his right. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. It's a Bo Nix touchdown.
Will Lutz lining up.
Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist, and you got to be an artist that can create when things break down, and that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
3 quarters in the books from this one. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the 4th quarter. First call here coming from the shotgun. First play's a design run. This drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. Offense in a hurry up here.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 25-yard line.
He's going to throw it. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target to hit him. Altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Panther 60. Panther 60. Ready, right?
They'll air it out on 3rd. This is a heater going deep. That's complete inside the 35. Offense up to the line fast.
A gain of 47 on the play. And the Raider first down. First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
First and 10, looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Brings up second down.
Shotgun snap. They'll throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's taken down at the 30.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
Viking 18. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
Third and long for him here. That's complete. Here's Thornton. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
Good game, my brother. You did your best.
Raiders get it back to within 2 possessions. Raiders leaving the offense out there. They want to add 2 more to that touchdown.
Raiders will line up for the 2-point conversion.
All right, they're going to throw for it. Headed out right. And he's denied the goal line. They pushed him out of the 2, and that keeps 2 on the scoreboard. They recognize the situation they're in now. After that score, they're going to try to get it right back. And this one's covered by the Broncos hands team. Well, kind of feels like we're starting to get to that point, Brock.
And what point is that, Kate?
You know, the bold point of the game where you have to try something bold could end up becoming a play that finally sinks them though.
Yeah, it's time for desperation. Without a defensive stop here, it's really hard to lay out the scenarios for much success. Every second matters now when you don't come up with that onside kick.
He throws a bullet deep. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed.
Mixes pass. Intercepted.
Raiders just about ready for this one. It's first and 10.
Ready. 70 Timberwolves. 18 Pioneer. 60 Bobcats. 60 Trap 60. Trap 60. Dragon 60.
Working from his end zone. Short pass brought in. And this one only gets up to about the 5-yard line. Offense in the hurry up here.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
Back to throw.
5-yard line.
Brought in by his back here. It's Genty. And he's brought down up at the 6-yard line. Goes to the hurry up here.
A gain of a yard. Brings up third and 5.
From the gun on third down. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Couldn't connect with Dante Thornton Jr., and that leaves them with 4th and 5. They're going to go for it here, trailing in the 4th. Desperation time here on 4th. That's cut beyond the marker. And this is going to be halted just before he can reach the 30. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
And the Raiders first down. First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
70 Rangers. 70 Rangers.
He's going to throw it again. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Panther 11. 18 Pioneer. Dragon 60. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Ready.
Throwing again on second. Escapes the pocket. Hits his running back. And he fights his way down to the 35 before the defense can get him out. It's a pickup of 33 yards. And that's a Vegas first down.
The Las Vegas first down.
Panther 60.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Cup 19. Cup 19. Ready, right?
Sticking to the air here. And that one's going to be incomplete. A deep look, unsuccessful. That's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Ball stays at that 37. Here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go now. 19 Tiger, 19 tight, 19 tight.
Working now from the gun. Has a man on target to Thornton. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19.
Gain of 19 yards.
Mustang 19.
That's another loss.
From the red zone on first. To the end zone, but incomplete. Took their shot there on first down, Brock. Don't come away with any points just yet.
Incomplete.
Once again, from the 19-yard line, it's 2nd and 10.
Come on. Set. Bronco 80. 8. Check go.
Throwing it again here. Throwing left side, Bowers has it. So a solid gain there, Brock. It's still 3rd down and short that they've got to figure out now as they pick up 9 on that previous play.
3rd down.
And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. 1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches.
Let's go. 79. Hawk 70. Hawk 70. Buffalo 18. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. Go.
Looking to throw it. Buying some time right. And this drive is going to continue. He's taken down the 2 on 3rd down. And they've got themselves a 1st and goal.
First down.
Top 60.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Throwing from the gun.
When coaches discuss their favorite plays of a game, I guarantee you this one's going to be on it. Not just because of the catch, but because of the effort to go lay out and bring in an off-target throw.
Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1.
Ready, go. Cougar 19. 19 lock. Ready.
Here's a throw. Rolling out to his left. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop it. And quickly, their chances at the end zone are running out, Brock. It's 3rd and goal.
It's 3rd and goal.
Raiders moving quickly, trying to get set as the clock continues to run. Jency. And he hauls it across for the Las Vegas touchdown. The Raiders now within 1 score in the 4th. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
And how about the other side? Beating a defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
Panther 11. Panther 11. Cup 19. Cup 19. 18. Run.
Back to throw. And he's got it. That gets him 2 and puts them within a field goal here late.
Broncos 31. Raiders 28.
So they're going to line up for the onside kick that may just decide this game. Just over a minute to play. And this one's covered by the Broncos hands team. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. Ooh, had to have that onside kick. Got 1 timeout, but not much time left. This one kind of feels like it's over.
Not a whole lot they can do, but you can't give up. Not a time to look at the clock. You got that 1 timeout. You got to do all you can and really hope and pray this offense fumbles the snap or screws it up here in the final minutes.
Now the Raiders using the last of their timeouts. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
Okay, let a little bit of chaos ensue, partner. They just declined the penalty. And this at one time real blonde, now fake blonde. I don't get this. What's going on, Brock?
No, I don't get it either. And you can kind of look at me over here. I'm looking at you. I'm looking at everybody in the booth. I'm trying to look at the field. This isn't a game management situation. There's no clock advantage. This is just one of those that simply doesn't make any sense.
They'll run here, following the penalty. He's going to gain a good chunk of yards here. Looks like about 6. Still brings up 4th down.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the take it in the NFL.
So the Broncos ride out of here with a win on the road. And they take their first skirmish with their division rivals, with a chance at a sweep awaiting them later in the year in their building.